Let's talk about this solid core door now. Now, it seems as though that I used my pad from before. I use this initially on all of the doors, okay? And I hit them all. I didn't do it really super rough and hard, but what I'm going to do, because I'm at this stage, I'm going to do this door slightly different. I'm going to go ahead and take my 150 grit paper, because that was 100 grit paper, and I'm gonna go over it just like I did that other door. And mind you, I have not painted this door yet. I'm still sanding and stuff, and this will just get it a little bit better. I got all the other imperfections off with that other sanding paddle, and it worked out really good when I needed it. Now I can finish up just doing this by hand. I'm just lightly going to make that rough sandpaper just a hair smoother. Seems as though I haven't painted these doors yet, this particular door at all. I'm just going to do a once over on this the way I should have done all the other doors. Okay? Just to give you some options. It just depends how much time and effort you want to put into your project and how particular you are and that kind of thing. Now I forget if I did that little section right there. I mean, good grief, how many times do you have to sand, right? Because if I put 2 coats on here, like I'm thinking of doing, after I get the first coat on, and after it dries, I'm gonna probably lightly go over it, just like that, before I put the second coat of finish paint on. But I'm gonna have to be really mindful of how soon I want to put this second coat of paint on, you know, because I've got to let it cure enough before I slightly want to sand again, you know, because I don't want to gouge into the fresh paint, let's say. So yeah, you're going to put 2 coats on a little bit different than if you're just going to put one. If I just put 1 coat on, chances are some of my sanding lines could show through the paint to a certain extent. You know, you get a much better job, of course, if you do it a second time. That's my reason for thinking I may have to set these out here all night and not install them. That'll give it all night to dry on that second coat. And then tomorrow, I don't necessarily have to put these on the hinges and in the door jamb first thing in the morning. I could go late afternoon, right? And that'll give this additional time to dry. Because I'll tell you what, on these solid core doors, to lift it, I'm going to have to kind of put my fingers on it tight, my thumb, and on fresh paint. And if it's not cured enough, you could leave a fingerprint or dirty marks on there, or push into the paint, whatever. You know, you gotta be mindful of stuff like that. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna hit the edges. I guess I'll hit the edges again. I've already done these once. But with the rough rougher grade sandpaper. Seems as though I've gone this far. I might as well go the rest, right? It might be a slight overkill, but you didn't see me sand this from before, and you can see what you're gonna get into if you decide to paint yourself. I'm sure you can paint them yourself. Okay, it's not that hard, really. You gotta have a kind of a good touch, and kind of have to know how to use a roller and the pole. And I'll show you that. I'll show you that when I get ready for it. Right. Right now, it's all in the prep, baby. But you gotta tell yourself. How much time, energy, and effort do you have to get your job to look right? I mean, you could slough through it and just repaint the doors and do nothing if you want, but I'm not going to be too happy with what they look like when you get done. See, before I even started sanding, initially I went around and I tried to get off the fingerprints, and in fact, I'm gonna have to look at this door again because I see some fingerprints on it. That's because we moved in here quite a few months ago, and we got some grubbies on this door already. I can see in certain areas. So of course I've got my simple green here, and I'll do a once over on this with my. I got a sponge here, and I'm gonna just do. See, I can kind of see where I should do that. Plus around where the hinge was, and I've got a little black mark right there. And I'm thinking it was dirt, but it could be because that area had to be sanded more so than other areas. That's taking some of the paint off right in this area, and that's almost right there showing the wood. And see, another good reason to be aware of stuff like that, so then maybe that decides for you whether or not you're going to put 2 coats on, or just 1 coat, or whatever, you know? Around the doorknobs, of course, we get a grubby fingerprints and stuff. And I'm thinking most of this looks in pretty good shape. And I'll wipe that down with my rag. And the stuff that I did on this side of the door, I got to do the same thing on the other side of the door. And I didn't show you, but I went the extra mile and the extra effort. I propped this door down, and I took that 1 screw out that was bent. Sure enough, it was bent over. And I put 2 screws in at the bottom side of each area. So I got 2 screws there, 2 screws over there. On the solid core door, the single doors that I did before, hollow core, 1 screw and 1 screw is fine. Okay, so now I've got to be careful with this as I swivel the door around to get the other side. I might as well show you that, I guess. I mean, I don't know how much you want to see. In fact, I think because I've got it right here, I probably should wipe this whole thing down again just to be on the safe side. And see, when you go through different steps, sometimes you forget what's going on. Did I wipe it down again? Because remember, I did that other little piece of sandpaper over this whole door, and I'm not sure if I wiped the whole thing down again or not, with me talking to you and all that. Oh, I'll just go ahead and do it. When in doubt, do it. If you want a nice job on your door, on your doors, okay? And just check it out. If you can do one door good, you can do them all, right? Think of all the money you could save by starting to do things yourself. Yeah, it's going to take time and effort and all that, but it's going to save you. It's going to save you in the long run if you've got the time, okay? If you don't have the time, maybe you don't want to do this after all. I don't know if I want to swivel it on those screws or not, so I'm going to try to lift it and take the weight off it. Okay? If you've got the time, if you're retired, or if you got plenty of weekends to do certain things on your project, and you like working and saving money, and when you get done, you can stand back and look at all the stuff you did and know that, oh, wow, look at that, I did it all myself, then this kind of stuff is for you. I've got all kinds of videos on my channel that aren't associated with this condo renovation, and to find anything, I mean anything on my channel, or whatever projects you're doing, if you're doing sheetrock, painting, electrical, carpet, doors, door handles, whatever it is, plumbing, whatever it is, I might have it on my channel. You just never know. And the way to find out, the best thing to do is you go to my main YouTube channel page and click on playlists. Then it will take you to an area, and then you can scroll through all of the playlists I have on my channel. Currently I got, I don't know, 53, 54 different topics, and then you click on there, and then it shows all the sheetrock videos that I've ever done, all the electrical I've ever done, all the ceiling fan stuff I've ever done, all the plumbing stuff I've ever done in that particular playlist. Okay, so you can always check all that kind of stuff up. Grab yourself some coffee, your popcorn, and get back in your easy chair and have at it. I got, oh, I don't know how many hours of videos I got on my channel. I got 2,500 videos on my channel. So there's got to be something there that you can save money on, even if it has nothing to do with the condo rehab, the condo renovation. Maybe it's a house rehab. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you're just wanting to paint some walls, whatever. If it's on my channel, you'll find it at the playlists, okay? Remember that. All right, so now, what am I going to do on this side of the door? The same thing I just showed you. And I'm only going to do that on that door. I don't want to get mixed up. I'm only painting this one face of this particular door here for the reasons why I already told you, okay? So I got to keep that in mind when I get my paint out and all that kind of stuff. And see, this one happened to have the bottom door shoe. And see, I've got to take into consideration what's going on here, because see, where the shoe is, it only goes up to there. You can see there's marks up above that. I'm going to have to do some cleaning on this side and maybe some sanding to blend that in. And then I know I've got to do more painting there. And see, another reason to get 2 coats on your door. See right in here where my grubby's fingers are, and it might be just for me moving it with my hands. So I got to make sure I keep my hands clean too prior to painting. Okay. All kinds of stuff you've got to think about. You see, there used to be a little gouge right there. I may have to sand that a little bit bigger and then blend it in. And then when I get ready to start painting just these grooves with my paintbrush, I'll look and see any any dark spot on here, I'll hit with my paintbrush. Do you know what I mean? First. And that will be drying. In fact, I'll do that first before I hit these edges, okay? That will be drying while I'm hitting these edges here. And then I can flip the door around, being careful not to get into there and all that kind of stuff. Hey, step by step, you'll get it figured out. You'll get her going. All righty. Okay. That's going to turn out nice. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. I hope to see you again, and I'll show you some more on these doors and beyond. I still got some other things to do at this condo renovation, so keep watching the episodes.